Understanding US foreign policy in contemporary times and US foreign policy challenges that they are facing, then and what would be the role of United States of America to tackle the current challenges. It will be a very interesting, and because certainly those policies will define the next course of history, because United States of America is the sole powerful country in the world that since Second World War, that dominates the global events and global history. And yes, it is true that it is not new that the United States of America is facing a lot of challenges from multiple fronts, and they have faced tremendous challenge during the Cold War and from communist blocs, and they successfully overcome it. But during the we have seen the leadership of John F. Kennedy during the Cuban Missile Crisis, that the way the United States, outgone Soviet Russia, that was one of the defining moment not only in U.S. foreign policy history, but also it is one of the defining moment of global history. And that is why we are saying that understanding U.S. foreign policy is so important. And I will not focus on all those issues that is in the past when the U.S. foreign policy was also experiencing a lot of challenge throughout the last century. And but in recent times, the U.S. foreign policy is now facing unprecedented challenges. United States of America is now confronting Russia on Ukrainian front, and also they are confronting Iranian dominance in Middle East, and also they are facing a lot of economic challenge of from China and other parts of the world. So there are challenges they are facing from multiple fronts. So it will be interesting to see how United States of America react to those challenges. So before proceed, in fact, let us focus on some key issues, that what are the main objectives why United States is now on severe challenge. As we know, the United States basic foreign policy apparatus or basic goal in general is to protect the U.S. Interest of U.S. United States of America and its peoples, and to safeguard its business interest around the world. And another most important aspect of U.S. foreign policy is to promote democracy, human rights across the world, and defending democracy and human rights across the world. And this is the moral or soft power of United States of America, that they are with the democracy, they are with the human rights. These are the moral ground that they are talking last century. So another aspect is to protect U.S. Citizens and its trades and its commerce and its economic interest around the world. So these are the very primary goals. But over in the way Israel attacked and killing and has been killing the innocent civilians of Palestinian people, the way the Israeli unleashed barbaric attack on the innocent women's children's, this is absolutely, shame to the moral, human rights of the world. And the way United States blindly, and they are not only supported, they directly, provided military aid to the Israel for this attack. So, and that is a big blow for U.S. democracy and U.S. human rights. When you're talking about soft power, that over the last century, United States is advocating for peace. They are advocating for human rights. They are advocating for other civil rights around the world. But when the Palestinian people were has been killing by the Israeli occupational forces indiscriminately, and some newspaper or some media already publishing there that that Israel is committing genocide in Palestine. So Israel is committing genocide at Gaza. So and the way United States, the way United States is supporting Israeli attack, and the way they veto in UN Security Council against resolution for ceasefire in Palestine and Gaza, and that is really hurts the many people around the world, those who love peace, those who love democracy, those who respect human rights, and they are shocked and appalled by the U.S. U.S. Policy towards the Palestinian. So this is the time when U.S. values U.S. foreign policy school, slogans, that is human rights, democracy, and civic rights, and that is now questionable. And another part is U.S. now facing economic challenge internally because the emergence of China as a global power. And when we talk about that and superpower, and a superpower is a country that is capable of providing financial support. During the Cold War, we seen they have contained successfully Soviet USSR, and because United States has the financial strength and financial capacity to support their allies across European countries, like Europe and other countries. But and that's why the communist bloc, because they have not enough fund like capitalist United States of America. That's why the Soviet bloc was not persisted. That's why Cold War was won by United States of America. So to be a superpower, you have to have that unique, unparalleled financial strength. You have to have the capacity to provide assistance to your allies, to provide superior economic support, so that your allies are remain loyal to them. But current times, United States of America is no longer remain an economic superpower. But yes, their military capacity and capability still, by far is one of the best in the world and top in the world. But in terms of economic issue, their economy is facing tremendous challenge, and that will be a major challenge for United States of America to support and fund proxy wars. We have seen, because Ukraine is a classic example, and because we know that since the beginning of Russia Ukraine war, and United States and East West European allies are supporting Ukraine to fight against Russia. But as the war is prolonging, and now the US is now facing economic challenge to provide military aid to Ukraine, and that's why the Vladimir Putin and Russian military is now taking the ground, and they are advancing as United Ukrainian forces are not getting enough military aid. So, and it is an interesting point because the Vladimir Zelensky and Ukraine, they were hopeful to fight against Russia, as they thought that they will get enough support, military support, and financial support from the United States of America. But nowadays we are seeing that Ukraine is not getting enough financial support or military aid or infrastructure, military capability, military support from the USM. So when your allies is now relying on you, and they are fighting for their cause, on depending you, and as a superpower, when you fail to provide them a military aid and economic aid and direct financial support, then and there will be a doubt on your other allies, that whether how you are capable of providing us support. So United States unipolarities will be under big questions if Russia and taken the Ukraine, and that will put a lot of pressure on European countries, that and there will be a fear on European countries that Russia will take more countries in future. So it is a very big challenge for United States of America and its foreign policy mechanism and apparatus to how they can fund Ukraine war and how they can tackle Vladimir Putin in Europe. So this is the major challenge. So that's why when we see and let's focus on Ukraine and what's happening in Red Sea and what's happening in in Iran and Middle East. So as a few days ago, the Pentagon has said that they are not planning for attack in Iran because they are. This is a very because they have no other options because they are already in big problem with in Ukraine because their allies are under tremendous attack from Russia, and they will no they are not ready to take another war to Iran. So United States of America is not only their direct enemy. China is their main opponents right now because from financial aspects that the World Bank, IMF, everything is dominated by the U.S. U.S. United States of America. But the way New Development Bank BRICS is now going forward, the way China is making inroads to alternative financial institutions to the world. So this is a major threat, economic threat, so coming from China. And that's why United States of America is now thinking that whether they will contain Russia, whether they will stop Iran, or they will fight with China. So the US foreign policy is now facing challenges from many fronts. So and and from and to be honest, they are the Islamic populations, Muslim countries around the world, though the Middle East countries are not making any direct statement against Israeli or American policy in Middle East or at Gaza, but they are certainly their anger and their Muslim populations, Muslims citizens are very much very much worried about US rules, and they are very much sad about the US policy to the Palestinian people. So this is the issues that America cannot deny, and they will face in future that Muslim countries will have a negative and approach to the United States of America and its policy, and they will not forget the barbarism, the killings to the innocent people by the Israeli forces, and the way United States of America is backing Israel is really shocking to the Muslim world. So from that moral ground, the United States is also facing a problem because of the barbaric acts and genocide or killings that is going on in innocent Palestinian people by the Israeli forces, and the way United States provided military ships to the Mediterranean Sea, which is absolutely shock to the most of the countries of the Muslim world. the way the way United States has battled against these ceasefire that will that certainly destroyed the U.S. image as an protector, as an advocate of human rights, of civil rights and rights of children, rights of women, and this is a big blow for U.S. soft power. And the way they are now, Vladimir Putin is taking control in the war of Ukraine, and this is a major matter of challenge for the United States of America, whether they will fight out Russia in Ukraine, or whether they will not support Ukraine. And this is a big challenge. Another challenge that is Middle East is going on, that the Iran is now becoming a dominant actor in Middle East, and US influence in Middle East is under tremendous pressure because the way they ousted Saddam Hussein in Iraq on a false allegations, and that really destroyed the U.S. Policy in Middle East. And also the drone capacity, the military strength that Iran has showing in proxy war in Syria, that is a matter of big challenge for United States of America. But according to U.S. foreign policy experts, the economic experts, that this is not China, Russia or Iran or other countries that is a major challenge for United States of America. They are thinking that China is their main challenge. So containing China from economic front is very difficult, because China is now coming up with new ideas, that is NDB, BRICS. They have the reserve, they have the financial strengths, and that outmatch United States of America. So China is making its footprint in Middle East as well as African countries. So they are now setting military bases across Asia and Africa. So China is their main threat. So United States foreign policy is now facing challenges from multiple fronts. So it is important and interesting to see that how United States of America is react to those challenges. And because if the next decade or next 4 or 5 years will determine the course of this century, and certainly it will be a big whether US will remain a unipolar power or not. And if not, there will be a massive change in global systems, and that change will bring a lot of sufferings to the people of third world countries, because we all know that famine what happened during the Second World War and First World War. Many people died because of lack of food. so 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 yes, it is very important and interesting to see how US tackle those challenges. And we should be much more watchful, so that the global systems remains unbroken. Thank you.